the angle by the power. Raise the number to the power, but multiply the angle to the power. Now, with positive numbers, this is pretty simple. So, for example, if I said 4, 0 squared, okay? Raise the number to the power means I make it 4 squared. Multiply the angle by the power means 2 times 0 degrees.
Wait, wouldn't that be 16?
That means 0 degrees times 2, you're saying, right?
Hold on.
No, just 16, 0.
Yes. 2 times 0 will be 0, so it's just going to be 16, 0. Okay? And is this what you learned with your normal number system, that 4 squared equals positive 16?
Yep.
Okay? Let's see if it works for negatives now.
Probably not.
4, 180 squared. Okay? We raise the number to 4 squared. And what's 2 times 180?
360.
360. So now we get 16, 360. Is this also positive 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, because 360 degrees faces the same way as 0 degrees. Okay? So, if you square a negative, you do get a positive. Okay?
Oh, is 180 times 180? No, wait.
180 plus 180. You raise the number to the power, but you multiply the angle by the power.
Yeah, so why did you get 360?
Because you're multiplying 180 degrees times the power 2. You're not raising it to the power. 180 times 180 is some huge number, and God knows where that faces. Yes?
Is there such thing as negative exponents?
There is, and we'll get to them. But in this system today, there's not even such a thing as negative numbers. So it's all just 180. We're going to cube one right now. We'll cube one right now and see how that works. Now, but first, let's think through something a little bit. Going back to the number system Phil's been using since the 7th grade, what would negative 2 cubed be?
It would be
Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Jordan was accurate when she said it would be negative something. Sade was precise when she said it would be negative 8. You guys know the difference between accuracy and precision?
Yes.
All right. Jordan, you're right. Negative something. That was accurate. Negative 8, very precise. Okay? Now let's see what happens with this crazy system. I've got 2, 180 degrees, which means 2 facing to the left on the number line, raised to the 3rd power. This is going to equal 2 raised to the 3rd power, bless you, 3 times 180 degrees.
So would it be negative 8, and then you would add...
Well, there's no actual negative sign in this system. There's just 1 degrees. So it's good. 2 cubed will be 8. What's 3 times 180? 540. Everyone who's ever been on a skateboard should know that right away. It's a 1.5 turn. Okay, so which way? 540 is one we haven't gotten to yet. But where do you think it is?
negative.
Negative. So we're over here to the left at 8, and to get here, we have gone from here. We've gone 180 degrees. Then we've gone 360 degrees. Then we've gone another 180 degrees to 540, and it's again facing the negative direction. Okay? So far, are these working as planned?
Yes.
Okay, there's nothing in this system that contradicts what you guys learned since on and off since middle school, right? Okay, we'll get there soon.
Oh, wait, no, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
What about, like, the 8? Wouldn't that... It's still a positive number.
It's like absolute value. Remember how we defined absolute value as distance from 0 on a number line? And how, like, absolute value is always positive? Well, this system, 8 is always... It's like everything's an absolute value, and you're just keeping track of whether it's left or right. Yeah, it's still not negative yet. It's a positive to the left. But so far, it works the same as our negative numbers, which is handy. All right, so... But this system, so far, this is more complicated and cumbersome than just using little dashes and memorizing that a negative times a negative is a positive. And that's why the system didn't catch on, except for one thing that caught on because it was useful in ways we probably won't get to. And that's because, well, let's get to that right now.
It's a long, hard lesson.
It is. This is why I split this into 2 days and don't give homework after this one. But, okay.
Bring your tripod tomorrow.
All right, there you go. Taking roots.
Hey, at least I don't have to
Fair
take my-
request, Eliza. Okay, taking roots. Now, you know how you can take, we've only done square roots, but you know you can also take cube roots, fourth roots, that sort of thing. You guys have heard of that idea, right? Okay, we're not going to go, you've never even heard of that one?
No.
Okay, for those of you who haven't, I'll just briefly mention this. Yes, write this down, we'll get into it a little more. Okay, the square root of 4, remember the question is, what factor is multiplied by itself to get 4? And the answer is plus or minus 2. If I put a radical sign with a little 3 here,
Does that mean you
Oh.
keep everything?
no, there's not. And I put, say, an 8 in here. Now, I'm asking myself, is there a factor of 8 that can be multiplied by itself 3 times to get you 8? This many, I'm arthritic. This many. And what is that number? 2. And it is not plus or minus. We'll get into more detail on this later, but it is only positive 2. Because as we just saw, negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 does not get us positive 8.
Is that going to be on Lucas House?
Not this Friday, but the one after, yes.
But for cube roots, you can do negative numbers.
Can we use calculators?
Correct.
If it was a 4,
Not for all of it.
if it was a 4, it's plus or negative?
No. Any cube root is either positive or negative. We'll get into those later. But for now, I just want to get you the idea that this is true because 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. Okay, so the factor occurs 3 times. That's a cube root. Now, taking roots under this
It's
system.
pretty much a true or false statement almost, right?
Hold that thought for a week, okay, when we come back to this. Now, taking roots under this new crazy set of rules we're working on today. The rule was you find the root of the number. I should say, okay, find the positive root of the number, I'm sorry. Because there are no negative numbers in the system. Now, for exponents, we multiplied the angle by the power. What do you think we do with roots? We multiplied the angle with exponents. Divide. So we will divide the angle by the root. Okay? So let's see if this works with our system. Any bets on whether or not you think it'll work?
It'll work.
Actually, this is where the problems come up. Okay, so hang on. So if I say what's the square root of 4 comma 0 degrees? Now, square root is considered the second root. There's an understood 2 here anytime you're taking a square root. But we don't write it every time. Okay? Or like ever, yes. So
2 comma 0.
right, so this is correct. This is going to be the square root of 4. Well, not plus or minus in this case. You only find the positive root of the number. Okay? So this is going to be the square root of 4, and then you're going to take the 0 degrees, and you're going to divide that by 2. So that's going to be 2 comma 0 degrees. So the problem is this doesn't give you a plus or minus. But what about the fact that negative 2 times negative 2 equals positive 4? Well, that comes up here. What if we take the square root of 4 comma 360?
Do you want to start that?
Yes. What if we take the square root of 4 comma 360? Then we'll get the square root of 4, and we'll get 360 divided by 2. And what does that equal?
180.
180. So here we'll get 2 comma 180. So this is a little bit weird. If we go back to our number line, okay, here is the point 4 comma 0 degrees. If I take the square root of 4 comma 0 degrees, I get 2 comma 0 degrees. That's like saying the square root of positive 4 is positive 2. Now, but what if I choose to write this point 4 comma 360 degrees? Is that in the same place?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the exact same spot on the number line.